Hello, Facebook. Okay, we are on my personal profile today, which I normally don't go live on, but here we are. Hello, how are you? Okay, so I'm going to share this to my group, and then I'll tell you guys who the heck I am. Okay. Okay. Cool. Oh, awesome. Hi guys, if you're on here live with me, say hey. I normally don't go live here, so it'll be really cool to have some friends. Hey Sophia. I love that. Is that how you say your name? That's so pretty. Instead of Sophia? Sophia, I love it. Hey Sandra. Oh, it's been so long. I hope you're doing well. Okay guys, cool. So I see a lot of familiar faces, but in case you don't know me, I'm Taylor Manning. Obviously, we ended up being friends on here somehow, so we must have some mutual connection, something in common, or know each other somehow, but I am a business mentor. I'm typically helping clients who are coaches and service providers scale their income, take their business to the next level, okay? Hey Melina, cool, yay, oh my gosh, thank you guys for saying hi. Keep saying hi as we chat through this, because I was really hoping some people would be on here, just to be honest. So here's what is on my mind today, and I know people always want me to talk about this, and people always have questions about this, and it's something I'm going through right now. I'm changing my program slash not technically raising the price, but technically raising the price. We'll talk about that, but I just want to say this first of all, it's always scary. It's always scary. And it's always unknown, right? Like, that's why I included the question in this title. So we're talking about how do you know if it's time to change your price or change your program, and how do you have the certainty to do so? And when I say certainty, I really mean the confidence, right? Because it is never going to feel certain, all right? I don't ever feel certain. I've never felt certain raising my price. I have felt confident. I have felt clear. So that's really the answer I'm going to be giving you. Thank you, Melina. Boss Vibes. This is actually from, if you guys don't know her, you can check her out. She's one of my mentors, but this is from Cassie Howard's shop. And I've had this for a whole year now. And I just, it's like soft on the inside. Like this is like softer. It's so cute, right? And this is like a sports bra. I think it looks really cute like this. So how do you know? How do you know it's time to raise your price? So, here's like the first thing I want to say is if this caught your eye or caught your attention, you probably already know you want to change your program or raise your price, right? And, post a link, please. I'll have to do that after, okay? But you guys can always search for her, Cassie Howard. So I need to get an affiliate link though. I was actually thinking of that. I'm like, I need to just like promote this shirt because I love wearing it. So if you're on here, you probably already know that you want to change your program. And for you, that might look like maybe you want to keep the same program, but you want to raise the price, right? Maybe you're kind of going through what I'm going through where you want to shorten the program or take some stuff out and keep the same price or raise the price at the same time. Maybe you're in the situation where I've had clients where they actually want to keep a similar price or maybe still raise it, but they want to have it longer, right? So maybe they already charge $2,500 a month, but they've been signing 3-month clients, and now they want to charge $2,500 a month and sign 12-month clients or 6-month clients, right? Lock in those clients for longer. Regardless, you can do any of that, okay? Hey, Elizabeth, good to see you. The first way to know if you should is if you want to. And I'm actually going to give you more strategy and logic here because that's what I really believe in. But if you're on here, you probably know you want to, right? And I would just say, like, if you didn't need any strategy, if you didn't need any logic, okay? And then we'll get to that. But if you didn't need any of that, if you didn't need any reasoning, what would you be changing about your program? Okay, like literally just give yourself. Normally we don't give ourselves that space. Give yourself that space to ask yourself that, okay? And what's really interesting is that's how all of my program changes, all of my price increases, like that's how all of it has first happened. And then I dive into the logic, and then I dive into the strategy of it, right? So it's always starting to come just from, oh, what is this saying? I need to, okay, this is on, right? You guys can hear me? I'm gonna turn that off. I'm not even gonna look over there. My computer's like, the content's not available. It looks like you guys are still on here with me. So, yeah, like it just always comes from me, and then I look at the logic. And the logic that I'm going to teach you guys today is actually really only there, not because it's a rule, not because there's a right way, but just for your confidence, right? Because here's the thing is I do believe in the method of do what feels good, do what you want to do. But then I think for our own confidence and our own integrity, we like to see some reasoning behind why we're actually doing it and that it's okay to do it and that it's not out of integrity or hurting anybody or crazy or, right? You guys agree? Do you guys feel that? So ask yourself that question first. I'm sure you guys already did. Jot it down. Just let it sit. Don't like get all in your head about it, okay? And then here we go, all right? So here's the first thing, okay? The first thing I look at is the logic of it, right? And here's what I mean. I look at, okay, how many clients can I have at a time, okay? And how much am I currently charging my clients? So if you can only have, and I'm like a little scattered because I have so much to say around this, and I'm like, okay, what do I say next? What's the right order for you guys? But let's say that you know you can have 12 clients, which I have something to say about. Let's say you know you can have 12 clients, okay? You have plenty of time, okay? And you're charging $1,000 a month, right? Well, what's really cool is that means now you're at a $12,000 baseline. Okay. And for most of us, that $12,000, especially if you're in the first couple years of your business, that can usually cover your bills and your business expenses and that kind of stuff, right? Like maybe barely, but it usually can, right? So here's the couple of things I have to say is one, you need to think about this. If you think that you can have 12 clients, which was me, right? I've been there. I've had 12 clients. And I've had 12 clients paying me about $1,000, $1,200 a month. And I've still, like, I've been in that situation and then still needed to make more money, right? Because what happens is you realize, okay, now I have all these clients. I need an assistant to schedule their calls. I need help with my social media. I need to buy the right kind of contract. I'm also losing 3% with my payment fees. I need to get I already said good contract. That costs money. I need to set aside a chunk of that for taxes, right? And then if you're a coach, you probably want to be investing in your own personal growth, right? Because one, you need to stay sane working with all those clients. And two, the more you work on yourself, the more you're going to be able to help your clients, right? Like I've hired a lot of coaches. I've invested a lot in coaching. And the way that I really know that that's okay is because it's keeping me sane while I work with my own clients, okay? And the things I learn and the growth that I have, I get to pass on, right? Yeah. Hey, Maria. I hope I get to have a smoothie with you. So that's what you've got to think about, right? So that's the situation I got myself in. Okay. Now here's the next thing. Okay. Oh, Alex, I cannot wait to read that whole comment. You've already got me thinking on a whole nother topic. But, here's the other thing about 12 clients or however many clients you think. Like I tell my clients, and I don't believe in a one size fits all. So obviously it's individual for all. Like I feel like I always have to like preface with that. But I do tell my clients, like from personal experience of being a coach and a service provider, I think you should have 5 or less clients, private clients. And I think you should be making at least 10K a month from those 5 clients, like bare bones minimum. That's my own opinion. And it's correct. I'm just kidding. But that's what I find for most of my clients and for myself works really well. 5 or less clients, minimum 10K a month coming in from those 5 clients, okay? Again, that's not a rule. That's not the right way. That's just a way I've found works well for my kind of people and for me. So here's why. You're probably like me, where you are naturally a people pleaser, right? You like people to be happy with you. You like people to be comfortable with you, all of that, okay? I've had to do a ton of work on that, so I think I'm a lot better there. It still comes up. It's a daily effort. But with that being said, I also do have values that mean I always over-deliver to clients, right? I want to over-deliver to my clients, okay? I want to be available for my clients. I want to be the kind of coach, and this is messages I get from my clients all the time. I want to be the kind of coach that when you hire me, you go, whoa, no other coach has ever given me this level of support, has gotten back to me so quickly, has gone this deep with me, that sort of thing, right? And here's the thing is when you have too many clients, like you just can't do that, right? Because then you have 10 clients sending you Facebook messages or Voxers or texts or whatever, emailing you. You have 10 plus calls per week on your calendar. And then here's the other thing, right? Let's say you have a 3-month program. Every 3 months, you're trying to sign 10 clients. Or if you like to stagger them, every month you're trying to sign 3 clients, 2 clients, 4 clients, 5 clients, right? And then most of us don't have 100% conversion rate. So maybe to get 10 clients, you have to do 20 calls or 30 calls. Or for a lot of you, like even if your conversion rate is 30%, yeah, that would be like 35 calls to sign those 10 clients. So that could be around 35 hours. Maybe your sales calls are shorter, like it doesn't matter. But then also think about the mental space, right? That you're giving every client and every potential client. Suddenly 10 clients, that's only 10 hours a week of calls, or maybe you don't do a call every week, but like it doesn't seem like that big of a deal, right? But it's a lot, okay? That's what I've learned. Maybe some people can handle that, but that's what I've learned, okay? I'm also empathic and I'm also introverted. So for me to be the badass coach that I can be, right? I have to protect my own energy too. So maybe that's different. Maybe somebody that isn't so empathic or so extroverted or so introverted can do way more clients than me. I don't know. But I've even found with my extroverted clients, it's like, it still takes energy to coach, right? To coach, to mentor, to do services for people, to put your heart and soul into someone else's business or life. It takes a lot of energy. Yeah. Oh, I love that. Okay, cool. I have to like take a breather. I wanted to find Alex's comment. I told myself that I don't want to raise until I've gotten a client to 6 figures passively. I think I got reassurance yesterday on that. I love you, Alex. How do you position yourself as an expert when you have one client? I don't have a ton of social proof yet, but I need to get the higher rate so I can fully show up for them and they commit to the process. Good question. I'm going to talk about that at the end. Is that okay, Rebecca? When you've had one client, expert. Okay, I'm going to talk about that at the end because I want to talk about confidence at the end, okay? Let's see what else is on my notes. Here's the other thing that happens when you have too many clients and too much on your plate, right? And I think if a lot of us are being honest, we've probably been there. I've been there, right? Like I used to be ashamed to admit it. I used to be really afraid to admit it because if I said that, maybe people would think that's the case for all my clients. But I've been there where I've had so many clients that I had to cut off a phone call because I had to get on the call with the next client, right? Or I'm like secretly like trying to quietly eat lunch on the call because I haven't had any time to eat, right? Or where I'm making 10K a month from 12 clients. But again, like if you've been in business, you know, like 10K months are amazing. Celebrate it. Like I want to help you get there for sure. I want you to be there. But like when you get there, you realize, oh, like anyone I've ever talked to has realized running a business, 10K is not as much as they thought it was. Okay. And so I've been there, 10K a month, 12 clients. Okay. Sitting on the phone thinking, I've got to launch something. I've got to make more money. Like that is not fair to your clients, right? And I used to be really ashamed to admit it, but now I know, like I went through that so I can teach you guys and just share that. Like if I knew that those were the things my coach was doing, I don't really care if my coach eats on the phone, I guess, but like it was a secret. It was like, I can't let my clients know I don't have time to eat lunch. Like let me quietly snack on these almonds, right? Like true story. Like I wouldn't be happy, right? I would feel a little weird if I was paying a coach and then, you know, the whole time we're on the call, they're stressed about money. And it's nothing personal. It's just like, that's not what I'm hiring you for, right? Like I want to hire a coach and I want to pay them so well that they are so fully present with me. Okay. So those are the things you have to think about. What price point is going to allow you to do that? I'm about to have to close my door because my dogs tell me if they get annoying. I don't know, like they're barking and then stopping, which isn't normal, and then starting again. So think about that, right? Like, what do you need to charge or what do you need to make each month to have space? Okay? You need something in your business. And for a lot of us, that's going to be one-on-one. And I think you should have 2 things making that amount. Bear with me here as I'm going to get to my point. You need to have 1 thing at least, okay, if not 2, that are making your bare minimum income. And by bare minimum, I mean the income where you're not worried about money. Where if you do start to worry about money, you think, okay, it's fine. I have everything I need coming in. Everything else from here is extra. Everything else from here is expansion. Everything else from here is just helping me grow bigger and bigger and bigger and just be more and more and more ahead, right? Like, who wants that feeling? Like, that is such a good feeling, okay? And that means you get to serve your clients better. And with my clients, we're looking at getting their one-on-one to do that and their passive product to do that. That way, if one starts going a little wonky, right? Because we're constantly getting in our heads about things, right? Because our business is us. Our business is that close to us that we kind of get in our head about it a lot. So I'm like, let's position your one-on-one to be able to do that with ease. And let's position your big main passive product to be able to do that with ease, right? So I want you to look at that and at least think, if you are a one-on-one coach or service provider, how do you position it so you can do that? And I'm just saying, with my clients, I'm like, okay, $10,000 means you don't really need to worry about money, right? And you want 5 clients. Okay, let's charge them $2,000 a month. You know? Or a little bit more. But like, that's what you have to do. Like, it's just, you know? Like, that's what's going to allow you to fully serve them, fully serve yourself, and not be a hot mess coach. And you guys, like, not to scare you, but I mean, I feel like I can say I've been coaching for 3 years. Like, I've been in this industry for a long time, and that's a joke. Like, it's like, no, Taylor, 3 years is not that long. But in the 3 years, I've seen quite a few people fuck it up, okay? And they've way undercharged. They've taken on way too many clients, and then suddenly, right, they disappear. Like, I've seen that happen so many times, and it turns into a big dramatic thing, but like, outside looking in, I'm like, oh, I feel so bad, you know? Like, I know exactly what happened. Maria, are you telling me I'm running out of time for my smoothie date? I can talk forever. I got time. What time are we getting smoothies? 1:30, right? Awesome. Okay. What else do we need here? Here's the other thing, right? This is why I'm changing my price, okay? I'm at the point where I'm not changing my price because it's like, I deserve to be paid more and I deserve to be paid my worth, or, you know, I need to because I'm not making enough to serve these clients or whatever, right? Oh yeah, I've got plenty of time. So that's not why I'm changing my program, okay? That's not my issue, right? I could decrease my rate and be fine, okay? Like, I'm in a really good place. Okay, so why is Taylor Manning changing her program? And I'm saying this because some of you are there too, where it's like, well, I am making enough, right? Especially when you hit that 10K mark or even 20K, right? Like, you could be doing 20K a month and still want to raise your rates. And you might have this feeling of like, well, I don't have to. Is that guilty? Is that selfish? And now I'm pushing more people out I could be serving, right? Has anybody felt that way, okay? I mean, you could be making 5K a month, 3K a month and be feeling that. So I'm doing it because I'm thinking of the intention of this program and who it's for, okay? So beyond just what's going to help me survive and be at peace with my financial situation and be able to fully serve people, I'm thinking of the intention of my program. And this is only going to resonate with some of you, so I'll say it quick, okay? Here's why Taylor Manning is doing it. Announcement time. Here's the thing, right? I have done my 4-month 20K program for a whole year now. And I've taken at least 10 to 12 clients through it, right, over the course of a year. And that's pretty cool. But what I've seen is the 4-month mark, first of all, the clients kind of start slacking, right? Like, I'm just being honest. And when they slack, I slack a little bit. Right? Like, I'm always doing my part. I'm always doing what is promised. But you know the energy of when a client starts with you or is doing really well or is really committed, and so are you just mentally and energetically, versus when they're not doing the work, they're slacking, they're getting a little lazy. And I say that with love because I've been this person in programs too. So I'm not saying like my clients get lazy at the 4-month mark, so I'm changing it. Like, this is just an observation, right? And when I say lazy, like, my clients' lazy and my lazy is like other people's like massive productivity. But this is just what I'm seeing. So I know, like, it's scary, it's unknown, but I full body know that if I was just to cut the program down to 3 months, right, and keep the same investment, the 20K investment, I know that that's going to put the pressure on my type of client in a good way, not a bad pressure that's going to like get them all stressed out and hitting a plateau and not making any more money, because that can happen too. My type of client for this one-on-one, it's going to put that perfect amount of pressure where we get shit done, we go to the next level, it's super fast-paced, and it also does something with me where I feel like if someone's paying me 20K for 3 months, I'm so used to being paid 20K for 4 months. So like, bear with me here. This might be a different level for some of you, but I know it's going to speak to some of you as well. For me, I know that I'm going to think, okay, this client is insanely committed. They know what they want to do. They've paid me $20,000 for 3 months. Like, let's do this. And I'm going to be on them, right? I'm going to be on them so much more than a 4-month. Like, does that make sense? Like, it just feels like, and it doesn't even matter if it makes sense. It feels like to me, and it's a knowing of, they're going to be so much more committed and fast paced. I'm going to be so much more committed and fast paced. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, okay, now, this is like a decision I made 2 days ago, okay, guys? Even though I've known it for like 6 months. So I'm like thinking about it out loud here, but like, I just know that's what's going to happen. And I've been in programs where it's felt like, we've got all the time in the world and this investment is so doable, but like, I love this coach and I'm learning so much, and it wasn't a bad thing, but where it was just kind of like, whoo, like that's the description, okay? And then I've been in programs where it's been like, okay, we've got limited time. This is a big investment. I'm definitely making it back. And the coach has been like more fast-paced and committed and holding me accountable too. And so I've experienced it myself. I've seen it with my clients over the past year. And so that's it. Like, I know. And for some of you, you're going to be like, oh God, Taylor, this makes so much sense. Some of you might not, but like, I know it's going to be perfect for them, right? Not for everybody, but for them. Yeah. So much facts. Yeah. Hey, Serena. Okay. Yeah. When they lose energy, you have less energy for them as well. And it's disappointing. Yeah. And like, I want to have the kind of clients, and I was just saying this on Instagram stories, and it's what, like, when I was saying it on Instagram stories, it wasn't planned. It just came out of me, and I was like, okay, I got to do a live on this. But I was saying on Instagram, you know, my intention with changing the program is, you know, I've attracted clients in this 4-month program who have been able to do 0 to 10K months and keep it consistent. And I've had clients go from like 5 to 10K sales months and go to 20K cash and keep it consistent. Like, that's so doable now for me and for them. And so like, just common sense, like, I know I can help you do that. My intention with this next level is to call in the people that are going to do what only my like top superstar clients have done, a handful of them, and have that for like all of these people and have them keep it consistent. So like, I'm expecting that the type of person I call in for the 3-month is going to go straight to 50K, right? And be able to keep that consistent or grow it. And I've had a couple clients do that, but like, now it's like, okay, like, I want you to make 50K like in your first month. Do you know? Like, the investment is not actually a big deal because like, you're all in like doing big things. Okay. Okay. I recently just dropped my 3-month package and no longer available because I realized the process wasn't going to be as, yeah, Alex, I realized that for, 6-figure flow, right? And like, that's something that I might launch in December, might launch in January. I'm not sure because it just needs to come to me, but it's like, there's been a mix in that program where it's like, we need to move faster, but they also need a little bit more time. So I'm pondering how I'm going to make that happen. So that's the next thing for you to do. Like, let me make this really clear. No matter who you are, you need to be really clear on the intention of this program. Like, who it's for, yes, right? That's the baby step. That's what we all know. We all know who our program's for. You might feel not clear on it, but you know. What's the intention of the program, right? What is that ideal client actually going to accomplish? At what speed? Like, you actually get to decide that, right? And that's where confidence has to come in. And here's the other thing. Like, I wasn't going to share this, but here's something I believe. I only market things when they're in integrity. So if I've accomplished it or clients have accomplished it, and I'll say that, right? Like, I'm not going to say I've helped countless people get to 50K months because it's only been a handful, right? But like, I've done that and I've had a handful of clients do that. So I'm calling in the next level of people where that's going to be my new normal for the client base, right? I've helped countless do 10 to 20K, right? Six figures and multiple six figures, but now me and my clients are going to the next level. So that's just the truth, right? That's what's in integrity. So I'm only marketing things that are in integrity, but where was I going with this? But allowing myself to go to the next level with it, right? Oh, here's what I was going to say. I always do that. Here's what I was going to say is I feel like when you put that out in your marketing as well with integrity, right? So I'm never going to say like, I've helped countless number of people do this, right? Join my program. I'm saying the honest truth, and I'm saying this is who I'm calling in. And then guess what? I attract the clients that come to me and they're like, this is what I'm doing in this program with you, period, end of story. And that's the kind of client you want to call in, because then they're going to accomplish it, right? Who's called in clients like that and also has called in clients that have been like, are you sure this is possible for me? Like, I'm really hoping I can at least do this, right? What do they usually accomplish? Usually not much. Usually not even what they hoped. And so that's also advice for you going into an investment. Okay? Cool. Whew. That was a lot. That was a lot of energy. So, I'm like just like pulling off all these hashtags. Oh, this is so funny. Facebook's asking me to tag somebody in this video that I, like, do they think that I'm this person? I'm not even gonna say who it is, but do they think I look like her? Like, I'll take that as a compliment. Maybe I should tag her. So, it's literally like, do you want to tag so-and-so in this video? Why? Okay. You know, a fear though that I've had and that a lot of clients have that I want to talk about is, well, if I raise my rates to that, am I leaving people out? Am I leaving people behind? Am I going to serve less people in return? Who has felt like that or feels like that? Raises hand / secretly scoots up the glasses. Yes and no, right? Like, your one-on-one, here's what I want everyone to know. Like, this should feel like a sigh of relief for you, okay? Your one-on-one is only calling in like the 1% of your audience. That's it. Your one-on-one is not here to serve the masses, okay? One-on-one is not the world-changing, growing, massively impactful program, right? Like, it's massively impactful for the 1% of your audience, if not less, right? And this is kind of, 1% is actually being literal, but also just a very, very small percent of your audience, right? A very few people of your audience, okay? That's all it's here to do. When you fill your one-on-one at the most amazing rate ever, what happens is you impact your clients more deeply, okay? Therefore, they are more likely to impact more people around them, okay? No matter what kind of work you do. Therefore, you are impacting more people. Secondly, okay, then your clients are supporting you in spreading your message further through free content and lower end offers, right? So I could take on 12 clients at 5K, okay? Or I could take on 3 clients, okay, wait. I could take on 10 clients at 5K and do nothing else and like barely get out content, right? Because as we can see, that ends up taking a lot more time than we tend to think. Or I could take on 3 clients at 20K, just the teeniest, tiniest percentage of people, right? Only 3 people out of my whole audience need to sign up for this freaking thing, okay? And then they therefore are supporting me and helping me do this. Now I have just cleared out so much time to create a ton more free content, and literally I am able to serve hundreds, if not thousands, in my passive offers. Okay? So you can definitely serve thousands of people for free, hundreds of people for low-end hands-off passive, and a couple people one-on-one. If you only take a few private clients at a good rate. And here's the other thing. Is yes, I don't care what you do, there are people willing to invest in high-end coaches and high-end service providers. They want to. I'm one of them, right? And here's the other thing is they want coaching. They want you. Or whatever your service is, they want it high-end, right? And a lot of my clients who do services and take it to a really high-end level, like 10K plus, are providing some type of consulting usually mixed in it, okay? Not always, but often, depending on the size of the project you would be doing hands-on. But do you guys get what I mean? Right? If I took on 10 plus clients, like I would not be running Break Free. I would not be running Unleash. I would not be running Six Figure Flow. I wouldn't have time, you know? And if I did, it would be a hot mess, okay? And I would not be doing the amount of free content. I wouldn't be doing this live stream, right? Or maybe I would, but I would be like, okay guys, like raise your rates, you know? But now that that's not the case, right? Right now I have 4 20K clients. One ended actually earlier this month or end of last month, and 3 are ending this month, which is why we're currently enrolling. But that's our client roster all the time now for the past year, right? The most clients I've had in the past year is 5. So it's amazing. It's life-changing. Like it literally will change your life. And if you're not sure if it would change your life and if it's worth you investing your own time and money into creating in your life, like literally just close your eyes, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, how would my life change if I literally just signed on 3 20K clients today? Okay? Like how would your life, like would your life even change? Yeah, it would. I don't even know that number. So we're going to say thousands times yes to all of this. Hire Taylor because she's my best buddy and is an incredible coach. Truthfully, she'll change your life. Thank you. How do you cover oh. Yay, Maria. Yes, we should go live. Okay. How do you cover value of consulting and why the price is higher than normal? Create a client avatar. How do you convey the value of consulting and why the price is higher? I don't understand what you mean, Brittany, by higher than normal create a client avatar. Do you mean why it's higher than maybe like other types of programs? Okay. So, I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean by that last part, but my mind assumes like higher than other Here's the thing. People want to be coached. People want a one-on-one coach. People want somebody that they can confide in. People want somebody that is going to be solely focused on them. I've had so many high-end clients that could have just done my group program. My group programs are amazing, okay? They're very high touch. They are all of that, okay? And they could have easily done that and saved so much money and probably gotten the same results and not a huge difference in the level of support. Like they could have gotten all the same questions answered. Like my group programs aren't much different, okay? But there are people out there and they're my clients, right? They're like, no, I want to be in a one-on-one container. I want to be investing at a higher level. I want to be even more committed. And I also just want a private coach. Like I want that. And I'm the same way, right? Like I'll do group programs and masterminds and such, but I just want a private coach. I like having a private coach. I like having that space and that kind of privacy too, right? Like I like that. And so do a lot of people. So first of all, that's why one-on-one is so valuable. Someone's driving by so super slow. I'm like, who is it? I have my windows in front of me now, so I can like spy on what's going on. Versus higher end consulting and like lower level biz coaching versus higher end consulting and strategy. Okay, I still don't know. Don't be annoyed with me. I still don't know exactly what you mean, but like maybe like why am I more valuable than maybe the coach that you could pay $5K, right? Phone call. I know you're not questioning me that, but is that kind of what you mean? I'm just owning your value, right? Like, I mean, honestly, at this point in my business, I would not pay a coach $5K. Like, I just would literally assume that they wouldn't be as valuable as somebody that was more expensive. I'm finding conveying $5K harder than $20K. Oh. Interesting. Well, raise your rates. Can you say your exact situation, right? Like, what do you actually want to do? Because, like, here's the thing is anything can be valuable. Like, here's where it all starts. Truly, 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 okay? And Rebecca, this is for you too, right? Like, how do you have that confidence and show that you're an expert when you've only had one client, right? You have to know. And it's not even just knowing, it's owning, okay? You need to know and you need to own why you are an expert, why you are selling this. And you have to stay in integrity too. So I see so many new coaches go out there, right, and feel like they need to be so super vague so nobody finds out about how little of an expert they are, right? Right? But the truth is, like, you are, like, you get to just be the expert because you are. And when you're super vague, nobody's going to trust you, believe you, or buy from you, period. There's so many people out there being transparent and open. They're just not going to choose you over them. Okay? You need to lead with zero shame. You need to go out there and post exactly what you are ashamed of and what you are afraid of people finding out. And you just need to own it. Okay? My first few clients told me, they were like, I love coaching with you because you're new and you get exactly what I'm going through. They knew they were my first few clients. It wasn't a secret, okay? And I also knew, here's why I was good enough to coach then, because I had experience as a freelancer, because I had went to school and learned all these skills, because I was naturally good at technology, because I was naturally pretty decent at marketing as well. Okay? I never stretched the truth. I never went super vague. And I really just owned what I did have under my belt, right? My intention with my clients. And that was that, right? I never tried to make it seem like I'd already been coaching for so long. I'm like, I have so many people tell me how afraid they are of people to find out like their real experience level or how many clients they've really had, or even clients that have been coaching for a long time, but they raise their rate, right? My first 10K client knew I had just doubled my rate. She had been following me through all of that. She didn't just randomly find me and think I had been charging 10K for a year. She knew I had just raised it like days ago, and she signed on. Same thing with my first 20K client. And actually like my first handful of 20, probably the others too, but like my first handful of 20K clients knew I had just doubled my rate, right? Because I went from 5K to 10K, 10K to 20K, and they knew that. And my first few clients knew they were my first few clients. So that's for if you're newer. But even if you are charging, well, I mean, that's the same thing. Like if you're charging less than others, it's probably because you're newer, or maybe you're doing a different level of program. If you're doing a different kind of program that maybe does have less support or is cheaper for some reason, again, you have to know and own the fact of why it is that price and why it is still amazing and why it is still enough. And I think doing live streams or posts where you literally say, this is what we do in my program, here's each step, and here's how it helps you get to the next level, and here's why what you're currently doing isn't. Like, I love logic. I think people have been taught to invest when it makes logical sense. And so the more logical you can make something, the better. You're going to have people come to you that don't need any logic. Like they just believe in themselves that much. They don't need logic. They don't need an explanation. They know their gut's telling you to work with you and that's enough. But you're also going to have people where you share just the logical sense of what you do, how you do it, why it works, right? Why maybe what some other people are doing doesn't work, and why some of the things that these future clients are doing that's not working isn't working. It just clicks for them finally. Some people, I'm that kind of person. Like I need logical sense. Why is what you're teaching what I need? Full breakdown, like that's just the truth. Okay. And that feels really hard if you're not a business coach, and if you are a business coach, but like, I don't do what Taylor does, or I do more behind the scenes than Taylor, or I don't focus so much on the money as Taylor. Like it can seem harder, but it's just the same thing, right? Like you have to know and own the fact that the work you do and the ROI it creates, because ROI is not just money, in my opinion, why it is totally enough and worth investing in. Why would you invest $5,000 in what you do? Why would you invest $20,000 in what you do? I ask myself that with every program. Would I pay for this? Right? And if not, I'm out of integrity. Right? Yeah. So with a couple of my relationship clients, right? Like I always remind them, I'm like, you know how much money people spend on engagement rings with people that they're not meant to be with? How much money people spend on weddings when they're in an actually unhealthy relationship? how much money people spend on other relationship coaches and matchmakers that don't do the inner work with them and make sure that they're getting into a healthy relationship. Like, people spend a lot of money on stuff that is not helpful, right? Not that there's anything wrong with those things. It's just like, it blows my mind when some of the clients I've had that are relationship coaches that like do the deep work. Like I'm like, that makes so much sense. That's so powerful. It's so insane. Like, of course your clients need to do the inner work, right? Of course they don't need to just manifest their soulmate, right? Like that, and you can't, right? Unless you do the inner work. And so I'll remind them of stuff like that, right? Or all of you health coaches, like, okay, I have something to say. Not to offend my little sister, because I love her. But my little sister, Gracie, right? She has this really cool, unique business, okay? And she sells, she makes handmade jewelry made out of shells and whatnot, okay? Bear with me here. It's interesting. And she also sells pearl openings, which means, has anyone seen this? Which means that you can pay her on the internet to get on a live stream, open up an oyster for you, and mail you the pearl that's inside of it. Okay? You can pay her for that. And I think it's so cool, but it's one of those things where it's like, you might make up these assumptions like, well, I always need new customers to do that, and people are only gonna buy so much, and who is gonna buy that, right? Like, you could make that up. She's had customers, and she hasn't done that many shows, okay? She's maybe done a dozen shows. She's had multiple customers pay her over $2,000 total, okay, on oysters, okay? And like, I'm not trying to say anything rude. I'm saying like, people pay a lot of money for stuff. People who are not fulfilled, yeah, check her out, Gracie's Coastal Collections. It's actually really fun. I don't know how much I've spent, but I've got like 25 pearls now, like, and I'm persistent. I buy it and I'm like, why am I buying this? I don't need it. I'm never gonna do anything with it. And she's my sister, but like, I still buy it, right? And then I still have her ship them to me and all this stuff. Like, I'm just saying it as an example. Like, it's just kind of funny when you think about it. And when she looked at some of her numbers, right? Because she didn't know this was true. She finally did the math of her numbers, thanks to me. I'm just kidding. But she looks at the math and she's like, whoa, my customer so-and-so, like, she spent this much and this one spent this much. And I'm like, yeah, that's great. That's awesome. But yeah, that's crazy. Like, that's cool. And like, for health coaches, right? Like, how much do people spend, me included, on, I've bought Herbalife shakes. I bought Beachbody shakes. I've paid for Beachbody on demand. I've paid for at least 4 different gyms. I've paid for at least 2 or 3 different, actually probably 4 or 5 different nutrition plans and workout plans. I've spent money on weights that I never used. I spent money on weird workout thingies that I've never used. I spent, I'm trying to think of what else. I just spent like $300 on new workout clothes, like, and they came this weekend. And I was thinking, oh my God, I'm going to get all these workout clothes. Like, I'm going to be so motivated to go to yoga. I was going to yoga in the old workout clothes consistently. I get the new workout clothes this weekend, and guess who has not gone to yoga all week? Okay? Like, it's hilarious. And people will keep doing that, or people buy these things to fill voids in their life. Like, tens of thousands of dollars on things, okay? The same people giving you money objections are the people that have spent $3,000 in the last 30 days on junk. Junk, junk, okay? Junk in their house that they'll throw away eventually, or hoard, like, who knows? Like, I just get kind of extreme on some of these things because it's so true. It's so true. People spend a lot of money on things that are not changing their lives. So if you keep falling for their objections, okay, shame on you. Like, that, I was going to say shame on you, and I'm like, don't say it, Taylor, don't say it. But literally, people need you. And I know it can be annoying, right? I went through a phase where I was like, well, if you're not going to invest in me, then whatever, like, moving on, like, you suck, right? Whatever, that's just the truth. And now it's like, well, I'm still going to be here for them when they turn around, because I know they have the money. I know they can get the money. I know they can make this work. I know that they're capable, right? And I tell people in my DMs all the time, they say, I don't have the money. I'm like, go make it, right? You don't need me to make money. You don't need me to go to the next level, but you want me. You know what I mean though, right? Like, the people that are meant to work with me will, and I truly believe that the people that truly deeply want to work with me privately can. okay? And so, and I know the ones that think they don't have money, like maybe not all of them. I'm not saying everybody spends thousands of dollars a month on shit, but a lot of people do, okay? And you know, like it's just crazy, right? When I hired my stylist, I'm thinking like, well, I don't have the money to spend on clothes all the time, and I don't have the money to pay her, and that's so much extra money. But I was shopping at Goodwill and Target and Walmart, and I was spending thousands of dollars on clothes per year, and I had no clue, right? I'm like a minimalist. It's why I don't have anything on these shelves yet, right? Because I don't have things. I don't have things, right? And I still spend thousands of dollars a month on things. Like, I don't even know where it goes. So anytime I try to trick myself to say I don't have extra money, like I do. And even when I was shopping at Goodwill, Walmart, Target, and thought I wasn't into style, I had a teeny tiny closet, I was wasting the money on a lot of stuff that made me feel bad that I wasn't wearing. Like, I just want you to know that, you know? And I know you guys can relate too, and if you started tracking it, you'd probably see a lot of money that you have that you didn't realize, you know? And again, I understand that not everybody's truly in that position. Like, I just want to say that. Like, I know not everybody's truly in that position, and that's not the case for everybody, and there truly are people that are struggling, but like, the majority, right? This is exactly how I justify my program investment, because I actually teach women to feel good and who they are rather than spending all kinds of money on workouts, dieting, lipo, yeah. Like, where are all these 18 and 19-year-old girls getting the money for boob jobs? Okay, like, what? So those of you that want to work with those 18 and 19-year-olds and don't think they have money, like, she just gave the surgeon $10K, okay? Oh, I was wondering why I wanted to say stylist. That's awesome. Yeah, Monica, I think I've seen some of your stuff, but it was slipping my mind. Yeah. I hope that helps you guys, you know. I hope it really does. And just gets you to think and gets you pumped up and gets you to realize, like, there's just so much out there available for you, and like, you can, you know. And that's what I talk to my clients about a lot. Like, you signing these high-end private clients is helping your clients, and it's helping the world, and it's helping you, and it's helping your family. Like, you got to realize that, you know? Yeah, cool. I think the school bus might be here, so it's the perfect time to go, because my dogs will be barking at the children. My little dog Jax always howls at this boy, and he stands there sometimes and just stares at him. And I was getting kind of frustrated with him for the longest time. Like, in my head, I was like, move, keep walking, keep it moving, keep it, because he would just stand there, and my dog would keep howling and howling and howling. And truly my thought in my head was, this kid's an a-hole. Like, I'm just being honest, like, this is just the truth. And then the other day I was outside with him and it was happening, and he's like, hi, ma'am. And I'm like, hi. And he goes, I love your dog. Like, I don't know if he loves me, but I love him. And I was like, I feel so bad now. Like, he's just staring at him because he's the cutest thing in the world, of course. So yeah, that was something I did that was internally very not nice. Anyway, guys, so if my one-on-one is piquing your interest, okay, and you want this kind of support in your ear every day, hit me up. Send me a message. I can send you the link to apply for it if you guys just want to peek at it. It's taylormanning.co/apply. Or you can message me and we can chat. I'm an open book. I do not do sales objections or weird things like that or ever get pushy, so there's no pressure. But other than that, I hope this helps you, truly. Cool? Okay, guys. Bye.